Karen from Countyfairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
Do I have the famous, infamous Travis Mettler on the line with me?
You do.
Hi, Mr. Travis. You're from Mr. CJ at Cracker Jack and Company, and you also are the farmer guy?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to tell me a little bit about what you do?
We do, we have two different shows. We have a agricultural, educational, comedy magic show, and we have a circus-themed comedy magic show. We travel all over the state of Ohio, county fairs, doing shows.
Okay, so you actually do your performing, right?
Yes. I do everything. I drive the truck. I set the set. I do the performing. I do the booking.
Oh, you don't have any family members help you?
I have a wife who stays at home, takes care of my kids, and we also run a small family homestead/farm. So she takes care of all that for me while I'm on the road.
Okay, so what I have here is Cracker Jack and Company with the magic of farming and family fun circus. So you actually do this yourself?
Yes.
And you want to describe to me what it is you do? You're a grounds act, right?
Yes, we're a grounds act. Again, they're both comedy magic shows. The circus show with either Mr. CJ or Cracker Jack the Clown, it's just a fun, all-age comedy magic variety show.
Okay.
And then the farm show actually came about. I was working a fair doing my circus show, and I'm also a licensed auctioneer in the state of Ohio.
Okay.
And I've worked this particular fair for years on both ends as entertainment and as one of the auctioneers that sells all the county fair animals. And in the middle of the auction, I made a joke about one of the kids that I have known for years during the auction, and the fair board president, he goes, "You need to do a farm show." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Well, we've been trying to book one for 6 years and we can't ever get one." And I said, give me a couple weeks, let me think about it.
Okay.
And that was the first fair we did the Magic of Farming show, and it has skyrocketed. It is amazing, the interest in it.
Well, I have this picture on Facebook of you. It says Farmer Travis. Is that what you usually use, that picture driving around?
Yep.
Okay. So can you give me a little bit of an idea what it's like, the show? Yeah, go ahead.
High energy. Lots of audience participation.
Okay.
We mix in magic and comedy with education.
Okay, so you just drive this around and you set up someplace and then you do this little show?
Oh, the buggy. No, that itself is its own strolling unit.
Oh, okay.
That is either Farmer Travis or Cracker Jack's fun buggy. It plays music. Sometimes Rodney the rooster rides around with me, and we just go and greet the guests.
Okay, so but then you actually do a stage show in the fairgrounds?
Yep, I haul my own stage in. We have a full setup.
Okay, and what's it called?
Depending on which show, it's either the Family Fun Circus or the Magic of Farming.
So at the Family Fun Circus show, you don't do magic?
No, we do magic. They're both magic.
Oh, magic and comedy.
Yep.
And a lot of farm animals.
A lot of farm animals, a lot of farm education. I'm actually a 4-H advisor.
Okay.
I grew up in 4-H.
Okay.
So we can curve our show to be for the general public. And then a lot of fairs, we do an after-hour show just for 4-H kids. And we can get down to the really hard questions and edit them on that way.
You told me that you haven't done any shows outside of Ohio. Why is that?
I've always performed in Ohio. When I really got into the fair market, I had an entertainer tell me, "Well, you have to go other places." And I said, "Why? If I can have a full schedule in Ohio?" And they said, you can't do that. And so I didn't like that answer. So I wanted to prove everybody wrong. So I keep a full schedule in my state. And it works out great. And it's kind of a niche I've made. The Ohio fairs really love me because I'm the Ohio act.
Okay. All right. So which fairs have you been doing lately?
Oh, well, this year I think I'm at 16 fairs in the state of Ohio.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of fairs in the state of Ohio.
I do Logan County, Hocking Hills, Bellefontaine, Van Wert, Jaga County, Ashtabula County, Medina County, Circleville, Harrison, Defiance. Who am I missing in there? Loudonville. I go everywhere.
Is there some place in Ohio you would like to perform that you haven't had a chance?
Actually, the last week of July is my home county fair.
Okay.
And we always joke and say there's about 7 fairs in the state that week. And probably until I'm in the dirt, I'll be at my county. So my goal is when my kids are done with 4-H and I don't have to be dad, I can sneak away for a day and go do a 1-day show at those fairs that I've just never been able to go work.
How old are your kids?
I have a 6-year-old and a 12-year-old.
It's going to be a while, Travis.
It's going to be a while, and my parents met in 4-H. I've been on the fairgrounds my entire life at our local fair, and they tell me I'm not allowed to leave.
Well, why don't you just make the kids part of your fair?
The kids, they go with me, but again, earlier in the season, they have their animals at home that they got to take care of, and they have to get ready for our fair. And then the way Ohio works, 2 weeks after our home fair's done, they go back to school.
Okay.
And
okay.
Still out on the road till October.
Oh, okay. What about the state fair? Have you ever done that?
State fair is the exact same week as my home county fair. Nope, that's another one that is on my list. There's just no way I can leave my home county fair.
No, you have a website.
Yes.
What is the website for? Mr. CJ?
The website is for, I still do some local Cleveland events, so we still have the website.
Okay.
I do have fairs. They get a hold of me through it, but it's still designed for local stuff, and it's just served me for all these years.
Okay. So when you do a show, you bring all your own stuff?
I bring everything. The only thing I need from any fairgrounds is power.
Have you ever had any really bad experiences that made you rethink this whole thing?
Actually, my truck that we haul everything with, the truck itself alone weighs 14,000 pounds. It's massive and heavy. To a fair way out in the boonies of the Appalachian Mountains in Ohio, and my GPS sent me on a one-way dirt road.
Yeah.
And there was twice that I stopped the truck, got out, and walked across the bridges myself first, because I didn't think they were going to hold me.
That's what you get. That's what you get for listening to GPS, dear.
I know. I remember when my phone started working again, I called my wife and I said, "Whatever you do, you got to figure out how to get me back out of here, and not go that way when I leave."
Oh, that
but
sounds
I've been
scary.
very fortunate. I've always had a good time. I've never really had a bad show. I've had shows that didn't go according to plan, but those shows. Actually, one of my favorite whole bits in my show was a huge goof up on my end that now is turned into an every show event.
Okay, that's different.
I was messing with my music, and my speaker started staticking and glitching out. Yeah. And everybody started laughing. It was part of the show for about 2 minutes. And all of a sudden, I went from having about 80, 90 people sitting to 250 people. And I went, there's something here. So I have a whole soundtrack that sounds, I'll put music on, and the speaker will glitch, and I walk over and I hit it, and then it kicks back on, and we do this whole thing. And it actually, I had a friend of mine record voices, and the speaker starts yelling at me. And that was a big fair. In fact, the fair board directors were watching when it first happened, and I was just white as a ghost. I figured I'm never coming back after this. It's in every show.
Well, I always like to ask you guys, you got into this, sounds like by accident. So what else have you done for a living?
I'm a licensed auctioneer.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So,
and mostly did that, right, all your life?
I've done that. I also am very good friends with Santa Claus.
Ah, that's cheating.
It is cheating.
Yeah.
And I went to welding school for a little bit. I worked a few odds and ends jobs when I was really young. But I consider being an auctioneer still being a performer. I have a group on a microphone. Let's have fun.
Yeah, I agree.
So I've been performing my whole life.
So what do your kids think of this?
I have a mental disease.
That sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, between the costumes and the magic and the multiple clown cars, When I die, my kids are going to hate me. There's just so much stuff.
Hey, are you a good magician?
I'm a funny magician. I tell people all the time, if you want to see somebody get cut in half, go see David Copperfield. If you want to laugh so hard you can't catch your breath, come see me. I love the comedy. I love the magic. My show, again, it's very audience participation, and I use children. My whole show is kids, and you can't rehearse anything with children, and we don't rehearse anything. So no show's ever the same. There's always laughter, and it's easier to catch flies with sugar. So the comedy, everybody needs a good laugh. And if they can not stress out, especially with all these fairs I work, I get a lot of 4-H parents that come to, my show, and they're like, your show is about 25, 30 minutes that I don't have to worry about anything today.
That sounds good. So the kids actually sit and watch you then, huh?
In fact, I have one fair, the grand champion steer, the boy who sold that steer at the auction, he went and made a shirt. And the shirt said, "We love Farmer Travis."
Aww.
And on the back of it, it had a magic wand. And instead of saying abracadabra, I say, "Have a banana." And he wrote a banana. He was 17 years old. And when I got all done, and I went to get my check at the end of the fair, I said, "You guys want to just get on the schedule now for next year?" And the fair board president says, "I think if I don't get you back, they're going to riot."
How many shows do you do a day then at an average fair?
3 to 4.
Oh, that sounds like a lot. It sounds tiring.
Well, if I don't do 3 shows is good, 4 is great. If not, I'm walking around being bored. I like to perform.
So it doesn't sound to me like you've ever had any really bad experiences then.
No, I've been very fortunate.
So what have you got coming up?
We pull out and start our fair season the second week of June. And I go from the second week of June till the third week in October, and I can come home for 7 days. There's 7 days in that schedule I could be home.
Oh.
So we start with Pickaway County in Circleville, Ohio, which is also the county where the pumpkin show is.
Right.
A lot of people know about the pumpkin show.
Right.
And we end in Beaver City, Ohio.
Really busy to me. I guess you're just going to keep doing this. You see yourself quitting anytime soon?
No, not anytime soon.
Sounds like you're having a great time, Travis. So how much magic do you do? Do you do a lot of magic?
I do a lot of magic. We do a lot of comedy juggling. I'm not a great juggler. I do plate spinning. We juggle clubs. I do a lot of magic. I do a lot of what we call production magic. I do stuff that's actually not that complicated, but it's the shtick that makes it what it is.
Okay.
and that's kind of my niche.
Shall I ask you how people can reach you? Do you want to leave that information?
They can get on the website, which is cleveland-entertainment.com.
Okay.
One of the easiest ways is to just call me.
Well,
And,
you have a Facebook page, too.
Yes. My personal Facebook, and then we have Cracker Jack and Company.
Okay. Okay, so you want to leave your phone number? It's up to you.
Sure. 440-251-7357.
Okay, Travis, I've really enjoyed talking to you. Have a really good season.
You too, dear. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.